So, my character profile this week is, of course, on Echo, who has her own show coming out under the Marvel Spotlight banner in like 2 weeks' time. So, let's get right into it. Maya Lopez, aka Echo, first appeared in Daredevil Volume 2, Number 9 in May 1999. Maya Lopez is the adopted daughter turned assassin of criminal mastermind Kingpin. Kingpin didn't adopt Maya out of the goodness of his heart. Rather, Maya's actual father was a mob enforcer for Kingpin. When Kingpin decided that he had outlived his usefulness, he executed him. Instead of begging for his life, however, he begged Kingpin to take mercy on him and look after his daughter Maya. Maya has had a difficult start to life. Aside from losing her father so young, she also had the challenges of being treated differently by others due to her being deaf and Native American. Kingpin did take care of her, as her father had begged of him. However, due to her being deaf, Kingpin enrolled her in a school for children with special needs. However, it would soon become apparent after perfectly duplicating a song from a piano recital that Kingpin instead needed to move her to a school for gifted children instead due to her special talents. As she grew up and Daredevil became an issue for Kingpin, Kingpin noticed an opportunity to end Daredevil once and for all by telling Maya that it was Daredevil who had killed her father. Maya began studying Daredevil's battles with Bullseye to find a weakness. They would go on to fight multiple times. Eventually, Matt was able to convince her that he, in fact, was not responsible for her father's murder, but rather it was Kingpin. Upon learning this information, Maya became enraged and went to kill Kingpin. She was unsuccessful, but the attack left Kingpin blinded. After this, Maya began to live her life, traveling the world, visiting art museums wherever she went. Eventually, she decided to return to the reservation her father was from. While she was there, she spoke to the chief and decided that she needed to go on a vision quest. After a number of days of fasting and meditating, she was able to piece her visions together. She realized she was supposed to use her skills of sign language, dance, and music. It was here she would meet Matt again at a performance. However, it was not long before that her other skills became necessary once again, and she was recommended to the New Avengers by Daredevil, where she would aid them as the Ronin.
Oh.
So Maya Lopez, I think, is the best way I can think to put it is someone who was put in a horrible situation has done what they can to make the best out of it.
Yeah.
She comes, obviously, it's not her fault that her father was a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not her fault that her father was murdered for no real reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not her fault that Kingpin trained her and used her unique ability to like learn things just by watching to turn her into a murderous assassin. But instead, every time she's been given the opportunity to do the right thing,
Mm-hmm.
she's worked really hard to try and do that. And I think that's why she's such a compelling character.
Yeah.
It's also, I don't know why, but for me, like, it's obviously a bit of a mirroring with Matt obviously being blind and
Yeah.
Maya being deaf. You've got like an interesting dichotomy there. But obviously, as we discussed before, I'm pretty sure there's a not so nice history with villains normally being disabled in some way,
Mm.
which has always been kind of a, as we've become a more well-rounded society and kind of
Yep.
gone, just because someone's disabled doesn't mean they're evil. People
Mm-hmm.
have kind of gone, can we try and avoid using this trope because it doesn't help anyone?
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of nice to see Maya not be made a villain because of her disability, but rather her disability almost kind of is what's special about her in a different way.
Mm.
Like she loves music, she loves art, she loves all these things, and an evil person tried to use her special gift for evil rather than her being inherently
Yeah.
evil. She's definitely more of an anti-hero role these days.
Mm.
And I'm very, very curious to see where they go with her story in Echo. Obviously, she was in Hawkeye.
Yep.
Um, which had a little bit of the origin story that we discussed here baked into it.
Mhm.
Hawkeye ended with her appearing to shoot Kingpin.
Yep, it did.
So it'll be interesting to see where the rest of that story goes
Mm.
throughout her own show. But I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.